What's good, everyone? Trataros here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And with me is always my buddy, my coach, my pal, the man with the plan, the guy who I had to wheel in on a stretcher because this man passed out after the game. I don't know how we got him home, ladies and gentlemen. It was quite a feat. You probably saw going down 95, probably the New Jersey Turnpike, just a stretcher, just hitched to the back of a car. If you did see that, that was John Mosley because this man could not walk out of the stadium. We had to drag him out of there, get him back home.
Tough
Threw him
day,
into
bro.
the shower, gave him some food, gave him a nap. Now he looks okay. But John, I would ask how you're doing today, but I know how you're doing because I'm feeling the same way today too. So, but regardless, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm sounding like Brooke Lopez out here, but I'm good, dude. Like the MetLife this morning was absolutely rocking. The parking lots this morning, I mean, we were back. Like the year hiatus without tailgating was tough on the Jets fans because that's what we live for. Especially we had a tough season last year. We have our rookie quarterback making his debut. He had a pretty good game in week one, despite the loss. I mean, the atmosphere was amazing in the morning. The atmosphere was amazing at kickoff. But, man, we had a tough game today. And it didn't help that the Patriots fans that graced us in MetLife today, maybe the worst humans on planet Earth, maybe. That's maybe for a different story, different day. It was tough. It was a tough football game to watch. I knew it was going to be disgusting. I knew it was going to be a dirty game. I knew there were rookies on both sides. But God almighty, like 3 picks in how do you get 2 picks in the first 3 throws, dude? Like what are we doing? What's happening? It was a tough day out there in MetLife. Didn't help that as I was trying to get out of the traffic of the parking lot, my dear co-host Alex sending me stats comparing Sam Darnold to Zach Wilson, who I was actually watching, on the Red Zone television at MetLife during timeouts and halftime. It was a tough all-around day. The stadium was empty by the end of the third quarter. It was a really tough day at MetLife, man. But how was it from the TV side?
I mean, I also live in Boston, so it's when I go outside, like neighbors. Let me just give you a little architecture understanding of Boston here. It's a lot of multifamily homes, a lot of triple deckers, as they say around here in the Boston area, and usually you could see the living area in most of these homes. So when you walk down the street, you see everyone is watching the New England Patriots, and today, being the only Jets fan on this block that I live on, it was rough, bro. I had to make the quick exit to CVS during halftime to get an Arnold Palmer, and I made sure I got home real quick because I did not want to deal with any nonsense today. But watching it from the TV, man, it was not pleasant. The first interception, you're like, all right, he'll bounce back.
All right, let's talk about it. Right. So the first one was the tips, right? There was the bunch of tip offs. Yep. Yeah, I mean, talk about jitters, right? Talk about her first home game versus Bill Belichick. You got some jitters. I have to rewatch the game, to be honest with you. We're rapid reaction Sunday night right now. I haven't rewatched the game because I don't hate myself that much at the moment. I cannot do that to myself. But the first pass I don't think it was that bad. But let's throw it on Wilson with the tips. But I don't think it was that bad either. I'm with you. It was like, let's hope he bounces back. Just some jitters.
Yeah. And so, like, watch it from home. You're like, all right. First interception, won't kill him. Second interception, I'm like, I get it. Trying to be aggressive, looking for your guy, Corey Davis. Throwing it to double, triple coverage.
You understood it? You understood the second one? Dude.
No. I understood what he was trying to do, like who he was looking for, because he was trying to get to his guy. Do I agree with it? No, because you're throwing into double and triple coverage. Like, that makes no sense.
Okay. All right. So
I get it.
The second pick. The fact that it was a second pick on the second throw of the game,
Yeah.
tough, bro, tough.
Yes.
Like throw a Gase screen, throw an Adam Gase screen instead. Like that's tough. But that was Corey Davis's fault. I mean, the first one was deflected and it was picked off. Fine. You want to go back to your boy Corey Davis? It goes through his hands, bro. It goes through his hands. What do you want?
But dude, here's my other thing. When you're throwing it to somebody too, like even when you're a precision passer like Zach Wilson, as he's been touted to be, I get that you're looking for your guy, you're trying to get your guy going, but double and triple coverage, bro. Like,
yeah,
the thing is, like, it's one thing if it's all situational, right? Early in the game, and this is where I'm not killing him. Second interception, I'm like, second toss, that's like the worst part though. It's like, it's not like, all right, you moved it down the chains, you're feeling pretty good. You're trying to feel pretty good with your second toss, and your second toss is an interception.
Yeah,
not at the fault. The second one
wasn't. Yeah, the second one wasn't double coverage, right? The second one was the first one was double coverage. Was the second pick double coverage? Or Corey Davis went through his hands?
It was double coverage as well because you had the corner behind him. Then you also had the safety who was behind him. I have to watch. We haven't watched NFL Game Pass. It hasn't also come out yet, so we'll get you more accurate stuff for the later this week pod. But when you're looking in front, there was a defensive. There was someone in front, someone behind Corey Davis, and someone way back covering the. Forget who the other wide receiver was for that one, but
sure.
You had three guys around the ball at that point. Like the issue when you start throwing that is that if someone misses, it's a high likelihood it's going to be picked off if you got three other hats around it. One-on-one, that's fine. Like, because if it bounces, the tackler's focused on the guy who's trying to catch it. You have literally three guys within like 7 yards, like total, right? Like, that's just it's not a smart throw. It's just not smart. And like, I get it that everyone's dragging to the right, so he has to throw it that way. But look for the shallow receiver, look for the running back. Like, there's nothing wrong with checking it down. I like the aggressive nature of Zach Wilson, but the second pick, it was like, all right, two interceptions. It's not impossible to come back. Defense was doing its job. Let's go.
That's the thing.
And that's the worst. That's the worst part. But then as you watch, as it keeps going, you get to the third pick. You're like, all right, screw this shit. This is when you start getting bonkers.
It was off the rails. It was off the rails, and I again, I'll talk to you from my perspective, right? Just let's walk us through. I can't believe our points of reference are the interceptions. So disappointing. But again, first pick, jitters, tips, whatever. Second pick went through Corey Davis's hands. What are you gonna do? I mean, you threw double coverage the first time. Second time, you went back to your guy. It went through his hands. It got picked. No problem. The third interception is what hurt me, and it wasn't because it was number 3. I promise you.
No. Okay? I agree. I'm saying the same thing. It hurt me too.
But it was not because it was the third interception in such. I don't know. It was like his 5th throw. That wasn't what bothered me. What bothered me was Elijah Moore was open. When we're watching that game, like I was sitting in 202B, like the back of the end zone. So I'm like that play. I'm watching it like directly. Elijah Moore was open. And Zach Wilson saw him open. So it was all good up until the point where he threw the ball and it was so short. It was so short. Like,
we talking about the same one because the fourth one was also to Elijah Moore, and that was the worst one. The fourth one was the worst one.
I'm pretty sure the third one was the comeback on the right when he tried to throw the out. I mean, not the comeback, the out to the right, and it was short, and it looked like it was gonna be a pick 6. Like it was he just like he jumped the route, but it was short. He didn't have to jump anything. He just what I'm saying, he just like caught the ball. He was ready to go. That one hurt me because the wide receiver was open. It wasn't like, okay, we're throwing into double coverage. I don't see the guy. It wasn't like, okay, it's the wide receiver's fault. He dropped it. Like the third one was completely like the quarterback underthrew the open receiver and it led to a turnover. Like that one was crushing. It had to be crushing for the actual players to watch that. Like, damn, he just doesn't have it today.
Dude. And that's The fourth one was like probably the one that just like I just took off my hat and I just like put it on the ground. It's like, all right, it's over. The worst part is that 3 interceptions in the
I
first
barely even
half.
remember the fourth interception, man. This is like that's how many
Fourth,
there were.
the fourth interception was just like super way off to Elijah Moore. It was like,
Oh, I don't know. I know. No, okay, no. Now I remember it. That he was also open. However,
way off.
No. Yeah, no. I actually he looked like Aaron Rodgers tossed that up from last week where we all said that Aaron Rodgers throwing this interception because he hates the organization and he's making a point. I remember that one. That I specifically now remember that throw. Ironically, now that we are talking about it, it was actually in the same exact spot, just the opposite field, right? Like we were going that way, and it got intercepted on that short, and then it was just the opposite side going, that way. Weird how that happened. Now that we pointed that out, God Almighty, that last pick was just a throwaway pick. It was also over. The game was like hand up, right? We were yelling at some Pats fans throughout the game. One guy was like, so we had 3 Pats fans in front of us, 2 women and a man.
Goodness.
The man was being annoying, but we were joking around the whole game, right? I think it's hilarious that Pats fans can't be objective at all. Like that's what bothers me. They just like in the fourth quarter, I think there was 6 minutes left in the game. We get a field goal. They come down and they legit baseball slide the special teams run back. I was dying laughing. I was like, this is the most embarrassing thing ever. A Cowboys fan was sitting next to me. We're laughing it up. And then the Patriots fans like, oh yeah, just don't get injured. Just don't get injured. Dude, don't cheer your team baseball sliding. Special teams run backs, bro. In the fourth quarter, like, what are you doing? And so I just hate that like non-objective stuff, but there's some Patriots fans running their mouth too. That was fun. We'll get the a-hole chant going, kick them out. I mean, it was disgusting display on the field, and it kind of bled into the stadium. Like it bled into the fans. It wasn't just our section. It was really hostile everywhere. And when you're watching the Jets do what they do, how can you blame them? I mean, let's be fair. I mean, we went through each Zach Wilson interception, right? At first, because that's what's sticking out to us, and that's what's going to lead every show. I agree.
100%.
But can we just talk about the football game? Because
sure, I think we had to get that out of the way though. Like,
yeah, I agree, and it's going to lead every show. Anybody talking about anything Jets related is going to say, "Oh my God, Zach Wilson, he stinks." Threw 4 interceptions. 2 in the first 2 throws, 3 in the first 5 throws, and they're going to bring up the Sam Darnold stats, as they should, as they should. And it's fair. And we lost to another rookie quarterback, and that's going to come up as well. I mean, it's all fair game.
My thing, though, is that I'm upset with the loss, more so the fact that I hate the Patriots more than any other team in the NFL. Like I truly hate the Patriots more than any other team in the NFL. It sucks that we have to go out to the Patriots, especially since we had, a Boston radio show host, Shukri Wrights on the pod.
That was a great pod, week, right? Man. That was a
awesome
great
pod. And if you guys just want to hear a good listen, because Shukri just dropped some like good dimes for like his media career and just like talking about other Boston sports as well and how he's a Yankee fan, definitely go check it out. But I proclaimed that we got the best quarterback of the draft. So now Zach gave me some egg on my face after making that. Not necessarily saying it can't happen because it's just one game. Okay. It's one game. And I'm not trying to overblow.
I think he's better than Mac Jones. I think he's better.
100%
better than Mac Jones. I think today solidified that too. 5 interceptions. I still want Mac Jones. I still want him over Mac Jones.
100%. And here's the thing. Like, I'm just upset that we lost. And I'm not saying that like Mac Jones didn't do any. Honestly, you watch Mac Jones today. He did nothing to impress me.
Nothing. He stinks.
Dink and dunks over the place.
The biggest play. His best play was the flea flicker. Honestly, that was the best play when he got the ball back on the flea flicker. He was wide open. I was dying laughing.
But the best player today on the offense was James White.
He's unbelievable.
James White nonsense to recite.
I told you, man.
James White nonsense. But dude, didn't I also say last last pod that in order for the Patriots to win, they got to stop Corey Davis. Corey Davis didn't have a game today. They didn't give Zach his guy to get him.
He played bad. I mean, he had one good catch, but I mean, the Jets went to Corey Davis. They forced it to him first play, double coverage. They went back to him second play, went through his hands. It was over from there. But I mean, really, like the game was almost lopsided from the beginning. I mean, there was momentum changes. There was downhill momentum against the Jets from almost opening kickoff. From that fumble, dude, how is that not a fumble? How? Could you somebody explain to me, like on planet Earth, how that first quarter fumble was not a fumble? Somehow, that is a momentum changer. You know what else is a momentum changer? Besides the interceptions, of course. I'm sitting up in the stands, 16 rows up in the 200 section. I see that Zach Wilson's face mask, his head is going like this, being tackled to the floor. How is it not a face mask? On top of that, we missed that field goal. So think about it. Not only did we not get the first down plus 15 yards, now we missed the field goal, and then Patriots got that back and capitalized. Yep. Like, that's both of those. You just can't have those things happen to you when you have the youngest team in the NFL, including a rookie head coach and a rookie offensive coordinator. You can't have that going up against a division opponent. You can't have that against the New England Patriots. Like, all of those things you can't happen. And that, they're all one big mixture. And we deserve the L today, man. We deserve the 100%. Biggest, fattest L today. We stunk.
Oh, 100%. And the reason that we stunk is the quarterback play. That's it. Like, nothing. Like, our running game was actually pretty solid.
Oh, dude, Michael Carter was so good.
And Ty Johnson did some decent work today too. Got to give him a shout out.
Yo, I was screaming every time. I was yelling holes. I was literally yelling, "Yo, holes!" There were holes.
Like our run blocking was good today. Pass blocking, Zach didn't get hit as much.
Bro, Moses,
but it could be better.
Me. I gotta watch the tape. But Moses was hurting my soul, and so was McGovern. The right side's so bad. You could tell. Like, you could tell in real time. And I'm an amateur. I'm sitting in the back as an amateur. I'm like, oh my God, Moses, you're so bad. Oh my God, McGovern, what are you doing? It's so disheartening. Actually, it really is. And
4 sacks on Zach Wilson today. It's rough out here in these streets. The
defense played so good. The defense played so good. That's what hurts, bro. Let's do
this. Let's go through the offense. Let's talk about the offense. Then we'll get into the defense because we don't need to go into Zach Wilson. He just stunk it up today. I do want to point out this, though, before we get into it. This was really the battle of, like, who could get the worst QBR because Mac Jones had a 28.4. Legitimately didn't.
On a winning squad. And think about it. He had the game plan. He had the game plan in his head. He had every single call. I mean, there was we were laughing. We were like laughing with the Pats fans. Like, some New England calls were hilarious. We missed kicks. We had interceptions. Like, everything went wrong. It was a perfect game plan for Mac Jones, New England on the road. He stunk, bro. McCorkle was so bad. I couldn't stop yelling how bad McCorkle was.
He went 22 for 30 and only finished with 186 yards.
Laughable. And they won by seemingly a million. They were up by 20 points. I feel like
laughable. Just laughable because we kept giving him the ball. We kept giving James White and
Damian Harris.
Thank you. Damian Harris both had TDs. And that's really what it is. And then you give field goals to freaking our boy, the folk hero.
So the run game is where we struggled, man. And kudos to the Jets. Our linebacker core is
we're starting with offense. Let's get into offense. We'll save defense. Okay. We'll save defense. But let's start with the offense because I want to just like finish off since we started with Zach Wilson. He was sure. So running game, Michael Carter, Ty Johnson. Those are our 2 running backs. I don't need to see Tevin Coleman. I don't need to see honestly him out there. I think we got our
Michael Carter's small, bro. But I'm happy he's doing good. But like, it's gonna get cold soon. It's gonna get cold at MetLife. It was hot today. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Sunny.
but
It's different. It's gonna get different 2 weeks.
well, what are we playing for? So like at least give him the repetition. So him, Ty Johnson, I think you got your running backs right there. Like we discussed on last pod, I said, look, you can't give the three-headed monster. You got to get down to two or one guys. Did that today because Tevin Coleman only had 5 touches, and then the other 3 carries went to Zach Wilson who was running for his life today because the offensive line good for run blocking because we had 152 yards rushing in total. But pass blocking, you can't allow 4 sacks. Yes, there was some where you could say maybe Zach could have got rid of it sooner. Honestly, though, the Patriots defense was covering all of our wide receivers pretty well.
There's a lot
today.
of coverage sacks. There's a lot of coverage sacks.
Yeah.
Our tight end can't get open. Also, Croft can't get open on the outside. I mean, what do we expect? But we got to scheme him rather than him winning battles.
Exactly. And then let's get down to the wide receiver, Braxton Berrios.
Wide receiver, baby. The wide receiver, Braxton Berrios, bro.
7 for
we've been laughing
today.
about it. We've been laughing about Braxton Berrios. I would bring him up and you would laugh at me for the last year and a half.
It's funny because it's like dude came from the Patriots. We finally got one from the Patriots. And then on top of that, like you don't have Jamison Crowder, who's our starter, and he was I think able to play, but he was a healthy scratch today with Denzel.
No, he wasn't healthy. Yeah, he's got the groin. He's got COVID.
Yeah, groin.
He's definitely not healthy. Yeah,
not healthy, but like he passed COVID protocol. So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Denzel Mims too because before we go to the defense,
that's a healthy scratch.
That's a healthy scratch. That's a confusing healthy scratch. But regardless, Braxton Berrios went 7 for 11 for 73 yards. Best receiver today. Elijah Moore went 4 for 8 with 47 yards. Yeah, Jeff Smith, who just went out. This is where it's interesting. 1 reception for 35 yards off 2 targets. Nice catch. You had Michael Carter who got some catches.
Who was that catch to on like the up left? And he was like a tippy toe catching. Maybe it was like it was
Braxton Berrios.
I mean, it had to be Berrios, right? Because
it was
the only
Berrios
person to make any catch. Dude, I have a problem with Zach Wilson on that play. If Berrios was open, if he would have kept that ball in bounds, that's a touchdown, bro.
Zach's passing today was not accurate. It was not good today. He was all over the place. He was a little high.
About that. I forgot about that. That just triggered me. Like when we were talking about.
I remember
he was up high, wide open.
Low. He had that for Elijah Moore too. Elijah Moore was also wide open, got him to one, and it's like, dude, he could have kept it going if you caught him in stride, but he was just not on the team today.
Bro.
I know. And then
even with all those picks, even with all these mistakes, I mean, if he minuses that one pick and gets it to Moore on the side, if he gets it to Berrios, you know what I mean? If he gets a face mask, these little tiny things, the whole game would have been different.
100%. Agree with you 100%. If he did what he did last week, this is a different game.
Exactly.
Easily.
100%.
Easily a different game. Corey Davis went 2 for 5 for 8 yards. He was just covered today, blanketed, could have get him open. But
he turned over the ball. I'm sorry. That was his turnover.
He did.
Bro.
He did. No, he did. He should have caught that. Like it went straight to his hands. He should have caught that.
Number one receiver,
even the one that he tipped early on.
Yes.
You have to catch those. It's
the
funny.
First 2 passes were his fault, bro. Like,
what's funny is that people are saying he's not a wide receiver 1. I'm just like laughing, like, wow, 2 weeks in, and this is the super overreactions that we're getting. Let's calm down. Like,
well, okay. So last thing on the offense, are we overreacting to this whole thing then? Because didn't you have us going 0-2 anyway? Like
I had us
and losing to the Patriots.
I had us actually beating the Patriots. It was
okay. You had this. I mean, like, no one should be shocked. Right?
I'm not shocked.
If you had us lose it, like it's fine because.
But dude, it's the way that we lost.
I know.
It's the way the loss. I don't care. I don't care about the. If we played well and it's like, wow, close game, we lost.
Like the Panthers.
I'm walking out of here. Yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. There's at least something to look forward to. We're the youngest team, young head coaching staff, all rookies all around. I can walk away and be like, we're at least making progress. We're not playing for anything this year. I can't stand just losing, especially to the New England Patriots, the way that we did. I just can't do that. But the one thing that I do have to touch on before we go, because this is a topic everyone's talking about, true healthy scratch, Denzel Mims.
Oh yeah, dude.
That
was the talk of the parking lot.
Are you
That was the talk of the tailgate.
I am confused. I'm actually confused.
I like that. Talk of the tailgate.
That's nice. We gotta make that a segment. I'm actually confused and concerned. Like, I'm concerned. Like, I was in a Twitter space listening to our boy DJ BNMA talk about him, like saying that Mims has to work to get up to speed in order for him to play and show that he's capable, show the coaches that he's capable of playing. Fair. I agree with that. The flip side to me, though, is that if you don't have all of your stars, which is Cole, Crowder, we have Elijah Moore, we have.
Dude, where is Cole? Everyone told me he's playing today. What happened? He can't get out. He can't get on the field either.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. You're telling me Jeff Smith is over Denzel Mims? Like, Mims. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm like this is where it gets ridiculous. And
even based on that last possession of the Panthers, that random, catch versus Mims, like, isn't that enough?
This is what I'm saying. And people are saying, like, they see, like, DJ say he sees him in practice and all this stuff. And the coaches, like, they're making the right evaluation. He hasn't showed enough. That's fine.
We're not there. Trust the coaches.
That's fine. I'm not.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I'm not there. I'm sure that it's been reported numerous times they didn't have a good camp. Fine. I get that.
I also have eyes.
I'm not asking.
But I also have eyes, bro.
Yeah, I also have eyes too. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not asking this dude to be 1, 2, or 3 either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm asking him to be the 4th dude. I'm asking him to at least get over Jeff Smith, because at some point, like, it's like, I get that you're trying to establish this culture of accountability, hard work ethic, all those things. Fine. You can still accomplish that. But there's always, as we're attorneys, it's not black and white. There's always an exception. It's pretty gray. You have a freaking talented wide receiver on your bench. We're trying to win. We need help. You're relying on Elijah Moore, Braxton Berrios, and Corey Davis. I'm not saying that I like all 3 of those guys, but if you're going out in 4 sets and you're telling me Jeff Smith is coming out here, like, what are we doing, man? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, just put.
I don't even know if we did 4. I don't even know if we did 4 wide receiver sets today. I promise you, like, it was just, we were terrified. We were scared of New England. We were scared.
Look, even if we didn't do 4 wide receiver sets, Ryan Griffin isn't doing anything. Tyler Croft isn't doing anything. Use your talented wide receiver. He's a good pass blocker too. Did he come in and you're saying he's out of shape? Okay, but guess what? I'm not asking you to start him either. Like, that is not this plea. Use your talented guys. You have to also extend an olive branch and say, hey, like, we see you working. We see your like. It's like they had, like, not too long ago, like that. He had a really good practice in a long time.
He's gonna get traded, bro.
I really hope not, because dude, he's talented. He's talented. I don't want him to get traded because I don't want him to be another Jet player that we just give up early on when he doesn't need to be given up early on. You know what I mean? Like, it's frustrating.
I agree with you.
This.
I agree with you.
It's frustrating.
We need him.
And people are poo-pooing this, like, why are we going on Denzel Mims? It's like, I'm not saying he would change I'm not saying that he's helping us win.
He's not gonna change the outcome of this game. We would still lose this game if Denzel Mims was dressed.
Still lose the game. It's just you're trying to win. Okay. Coaches, all right. I remember the Seattle Seahawks getting Percy Harvin off the street, and they're like, yo, we're gonna figure out how to use you because you're a weapon and you're talented. You don't need to know the entire playbook. We're gonna try to use you because you're talented. Antonio Brown goes to New England, one of the most complicated playbooks in the NFL. Week 2, I remember last season. You know what happens? Or was it 2 years ago? I forget.
Yeah.
He gets out there. You know why? Because he's a freaking talented wide receiver. Sure, Antonio Brown has the work ethic, but it's like, you want to talk about knowing the playbook? Talent takes you somewhere too. Talent wins over some dude that's also working super hard. Like, This isn't high school football. This is the NFL. You're paid to win. Go out there and win and do everything you can do to win. That's all I'm asking for. And I'm not saying he needs to be the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd wide receiver, but he damn well be the 4th wide receiver because he's that talented. It's just bothering at this point. But that's enough on the offense, man. Unless you want to add on about Denzel Mims, let's get into the defense, because the defense showed out today, dude. Defense was here, and that's really the blow, man. That is really the blow, because they did everything to keep us in this game, like, legitimately everything. I will say this though. I am very intrigued for when everyone is healthy, because if this is what we got when guys are like, all of our signings are injured and we don't have all 4 of those starters, I am very intrigued to see what this defense is like, because wow, absolutely wow. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on defense.
Well, my number one thought on defense is we can't stop the run. And I'm not shocked by it, especially because, I mean, if you listen to our podcast, like we were literally talking about James Sweet Feet White and his quote unquote nonsense, because those dink and dunks, those runs by him and Damian Harris, that's what always kills us. But that's what I was worried about today, because that's our weakness. Our weakness is our linebackers. So the run game is really tough, man. We have to fix it. Well, the first time it was Christian McCaffrey. Fine. Now it's James White and Damian Harris. Okay. Like, where does the buck stop? Like, we're going to Denver next week. Are we going to say now Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams? Like, every team has running backs. Like, now we're going to go to London with Mike Davis. Like, there has to be a point. However, I will say that you got to give them kudos for keeping the tight ends in check, even though I don't really think we did keep them in check. Like, they combined for 6 catches, 70 yards.
Yes.
I get that. Okay. Mm-hmm. But like that seam route where one of them was open, because I think because they're 86 and 85, so I couldn't really tell exactly. One of them had that seam route up right down the middle. He was wide open. Another play, I know 100% it was Hunter Henry, because they came off the field screaming at each other. There was some miscommunication where Mac Jones was on the run and he wanted Hunter Henry to cut back, and he just didn't cut back enough. And it was actually it was the fourth quarter drive, when after the baseball slide in the fourth quarter, we hit the field goal. They baseball slide to special teams, and then they had a 3 and out. And I think that possession was like 18 seconds. I was abusing the Patriots fans in front of me. Tell me how the Patriots are also perfect, also amazing, all knowing. They had baseball slide in an 18-second possession in the fourth quarter when they're trying to seal the game. But whatever. There was some miscommunication with Hunter Henry there. So if we mess up, we had good D. But I think that if the Patriots were better, if McCorkle was better, we would have got torched by the tight ends.
Oh,
I really truly believe that. So I don't want to give us too much credit on holding down the tight ends, because our linebackers need work, man. Sherwood was like, dude, our linebackers need work. Like, I know this is getting ahead of ourselves. I know we've been whining all year about cornerbacks. We're sitting right here yelling about how we need playmakers on offense. We always yell about the offensive line and pass rush, safeties, the cornerbacks, and even though they've been playing well. I'm going to be shocked if we don't get a linebacker next year, man. I don't care how many linebackers we draft. We need one so bad. We can't stop the run.
Honestly,
we can't stop the pass. We can't stop the running back coming out of the flats. Mosley's okay, but he makes mistakes. Like, it's tough.
Corners were okay today, man. Like,
every day, every game so far, they're fine.
Yeah, they're
fine. And we have no pass rush. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine we had a pass rush. How well they do.
This is what I'm saying, dude.
You're right. With Carl Lawson, I know.
This is what I'm saying.
Huff played really good today, though, dude. I really love how our depth is shaping
John Franklin-Meyer was doing some work today too, man.
Unbelievable. I gotta watch the tape and see how like the interior guys did. But I mean, I was impressed by our defense. I was not worried about McCorkle for 1 second. I was only worried about James White. I was only worried about Damian Harris and the tight ends.
You mean
Myers sucked.
Leading receiver James White for today's game? Leading receiver.
He's always
6 for 6 for 45 yards. Leading receiver. This is where I'm just like, this is a joke, man. Like, I'm not impressed by Mac Jones. I would say this, though. Bill Belichick, this is where you got to tip the cap to Bill Belichick for being a good coach, just knowing how to scheme. He protected his quarterback. He utilized his best players. And, he got the job done. Had the defense playing well.
Shout out to Bill Belichick, bro. Honestly, shout out to Bill Belichick on like coaching. A football level. On a football level.
Coaching 100%.
He made straight up like a steak dinner out of nothing. Like, the Patriots are bad. They are bad. And he must have fooled Zach Wilson off the line. He didn't look so confused to me. But he felt the pressure. He was nervous. I'm sure the jerseys are scary. Like, with Bill Belichick on the other side. No joke. Like, I'm sure it does something. you I'm sure they gave him looks he's never seen or looks that he has seen, but the outcome was different. I'm sure a lot of that happened today. But I'm
Yeah,
not ready
and
to give up. I'm not ready to give up on Zach Wilson.
no,
I
dude.
still think right now, sitting here after week 2 debacle, telling you he's actually still the best quarterback to be drafted out of this pool. Whether or not he's going to show that on the Jets remains to be seen, right? Like,
Mhm,
a la Sam Darnold. Like, let's be
mhm.
honest. So that's a different story for a different day. You're telling me who's the best quarterback? I'm still taking Zach Wilson. Will he be the best, be able to, provide that showing with the New York Jets remains to be seen. I hope so. I still think yes, but if that's where your quarrel is, I get it. But just like on an individual basis, Trevor Lawrence stinks. Trey Lance is awful. Justin Fields, I really don't believe in. And McCorkle stinks.
And I'll say
And
this
so does Zach
actually.
Wilson, honestly, right? Like objectively, Zach Wilson stinks too. You
Yeah,
know what I
sure.
mean?
And
So
but here's my thing with like Trevor Lawrence. I know you're like you're adding a little emphasis and being a little facetious at the same time, saying they stink. Trevor Lawrence, I think will be good. He just doesn't have the head coach to necessarily like get him there personally.
exactly, like he's good. Again, on by himself, Trevor Lawrence is good. Is he going to be able to show that with his current team, the
No,
Jacksonville Jaguars, who he's under contract with for 5 years?
no,
No. Is he going to get a chance to show after the 5 years? Probably not. So he has to
That's
either
usually how
he
it
has to
goes.
figure it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, 100%. I agree 100%. But you know, once again, like I hate saying it, but like this is a really good coaching job by Bill Belichick.
I agree.
Um,
He got out
and I
coached. We
guess
got out coached.
and
Because you could
Van
make
Noy,
Zach Wilson dink and dunk, bro. If you see that he can't throw a pick, that he can throw to his receiver. If you see that we're getting outmatched on the offense, regardless of how well we're doing on defense. If you could see that our quarterback doesn't have it, just like if a manager sees that a pitcher doesn't have it that day, you change it, you fix it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You change the game plan.
yeah,
Throw screens, run the ball, do weird stuff. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. So we got our
absolutely.
coach today, man. We did.
I just do want to say this to Van Noy. This is not Ghost, my man. So please stop. Uh, relax with
Man,
that nonsense. But I'll
dude,
say this:
The Patriots are not good. I'm not scared of them. I think the
they're
Buffalo
not. They're
Bills are
not.
going to win the division.
Ooh, we're changing now. We thought Patriots were going to win. Now you think the Bills are back on top?
I just, I mean, like, I still have the
I
Patriots
mean,
like
they
in
slapped the
my
daylights
division.
out of the Dolphins.
I'm just like
They
right now looking
slapped
at it, week 2,
they
the
slapped
Bills are
the
better.
they slapped the daylights out of the Dolphins, and the Patriots did lose to Tua last week. So if by
And
that
two
it
is
was the
hurt. You got hurt today. That's another issue for a
yeah
different day. I really
35
don't trust New England in the
35-0
winter.
Bills beat Miami today.
Yeah, wild,
Bonkers.
wild.
Bonkers.
I mean, I had that, but wild. I had the
Yeah.
Bills, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
Bonkers,
Man, that
bro.
about does it for my rapid reaction. To the home opener. I think the Jets could bounce back. It's so funny that Denver is in the sights, right? I got
In
flashbacks.
Denver.
Man. I mean, we stink when it comes to West Coast or playing in Mile High or any of those like high leverage situations on the road. We're just historically not good. But I'm also just worried because remember 2 years ago, I was the last one on the bandwagon for that year when last year, sorry, when we got 2 wins. I made it up until the Denver game, that Thursday game. I was like the last one on. That was only week 4. Now we
Sam
got
Darnold
Denver,
had that miraculous 80 some odd yard run for a TD. It
and
was
we played like
crazy.
we lost to the 4th string Denver
Yeah.
quarterback on a Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, I,
That said everything.
I honestly, we're creeping up on that territory, Travis, Alex, because
Ooh.
sorry,
Ooh. Really?
because yeah, dude, because if we lose to Denver week 3, I'm staring at that week 4. Atlanta in London. I'll
Oh
be
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And if we're 0 for 3, and we go 0 for 4. That's it. It's over. Going to the bye week 0 for 4. It's over. Just forget it. You know what I mean? So
I hear
we're
you.
creeping up on that territory, man, and it hurts my soul a little to admit it, but we have to play a good game in Denver, because if we're 0 for 3 going into going into London to play Atlanta, it's the pressure is going to be on, man. And that's a scary game to have pressure on.
It will be on, especially the fact
If
that
Atlanta's 0-3 as well.
yeah, it's that they're 0-3, but
They're
more so
0-2
the
right
fact
now. We'll see.
but yeah, if they're 0-3, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the fact that Zach Wilson was touted as this like impressive quarterback that you couldn't pass up on, you can't come out the gate without a win. You know what I mean? Like, especially number 2 overall pick. It's kind of rough. Now, I wouldn't be like
It's really helping that
personally,
Trevor Lawrence is also over too. I promise you, it's really helping the
Yeah,
situation.
personally, I'm not too worried, because we've seen quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, guys who have won Super Bowls and so forth, have terrible starts to their career. And I'm not saying Zach Wilson is going to have those type of careers. I'm just saying that it is possible for him to still be fine. Okay, it's just possible. He's a rookie quarterback. This is the decision the Jets made. Jets are a very young team, doing a lot of learning. LaFleur is running this offense like it's the 49ers, but we don't have the talent of the 49ers. So
There's some 49ers plays like I'm gonna end it on I'm gonna end it on a sad note, dude, because I can't believe we didn't even mention this. That throw, it was a perfect. I mean, you just triggered me because it was a perfect 49ers play. We had the play action to Michael Carter coming out on the right. The whole team is confused, and he just overthrew him.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that, man? I completely forgot about that. So you just triggered me. Like, what the hell was that throw? It was 14 feet over his head.
I'll turn this around, though. I'll turn it around for this. Special teams was okay.
Yes.
Ammendola,
I'm so annoyed to Nick Folk hit all his kicks. Come on, man.
Ammendola,
miss one.
Ammendola, he did okay. Braxton Berrios on returns today, 10 out of 10. Dude was phenomenal.
I love Braxton Berrios so much. I truly
do.
Berrios,
four returns for 95 yards. Longest was 38.
How bad?
Keep it going, bro. That's on kick returns. 1 punt return for 6 yards. So he had over 100 yards in returning total.
Dude, the 4 for 4 for Nicky Folk really hurts my soul.
Dude,
he did miss an extra point, which was fun.
That was funny.
That was fun. That was good good times.
It was good memories. Yeah, good memories. For sure. Yeah. I mean, the one thing, I guess, for coaching, we can end it there. Where do you put coaching as this? I think defense to me gets a B, because they did really well, even though they didn't stop the run, but they did really well. They made this game very competitive. It was really the quarterback issue. I think offensively, I gotta give this thing a D plus. I didn't think it was creative enough to really get Zach Wilson into rhythm. I think running wise, they did okay. I thought there were times where LaFleur was a little too conservative, especially when you're in the end zone, you're on the 3-yard line.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that too. Dude.
This is where we
ran for it 4 times in the red zone, bro.
Dude, get the ball to Zach Wilson. Get the ball to Zach Wilson. Just get the ball. He can run.
Oh my god.
Let him run it in. Let him do something.
I forgot about that, bro.
Dude, this is where. Yeah, I do not forget this. I don't forget this nonsense. I was watching.
Oh my god, 3 runs in a row in the red zone. I remember.
Now you can feel. This is the pain of watching at home, because you're not drunk, you're not getting buzzed, you're not getting there feeling good. You're like, all right, I'm sitting down, getting ready. You do your tinkering with your fantasy. You're making your pick for your survivor pool. Hopefully, you're doing well in your survivor pool and fantasy.
Got Green Bay tomorrow. We'll see what happens there.
So I was wrong last week because I took the Patriots against Miami, and I'm so angry, but they allow 1 mulligan. So I then went safe. I really went safe today. I was like, I need to just get in rhythm. So I took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Falcons. I'm like, I had to.
It was scary for a little bit, huh?
It was, but
they showed red zone a little bit in MetLife. It was scary for like a couple seconds.
It was, but I needed to go something safe. I had to get if you're out and you get a mulligan like this in any betting, you have to go safe and get back into rhythm before you start going like, let's go real funky. You get to learn all this on Winning Picks Weekly. So make sure you listen to that podcast.
Killed it. We killed it this week too.
You did. You guys.
We did pretty good.
You guys are on it, man. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're listening to this podcast and you're into sports betting, you're missing out on Winning Picks Weekly. I am not a big gambler. I'm actually not. Like, I may do fantasy. I'm like in 3 fantasy leagues. One, because I'm just like, why not? Really should be doing 2.
I'm in
I
7.
don't know why. I know you're bonkers. And then
I'm 6 for 1 this week, unless Aaron Rodgers drops 80 to Jamal Williams, which I doubt.
And then I have, and then we have survivor pools. I'm only in 1. You're in a couple, but I'm just, I'm listening to you guys, listening to you and Greg for advice. I'm like, all right. You guys are killing it, man. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're into sports betting, you gotta go check out Winning Picks Weekly. Right now,
it's on Thursday for the NFL slate.
Yeah,
Thursday or Friday it'll come out for the whole week. So it's one episode a week right now. We're trying to crank it out.
Check it out, guys. I'm serious. If you're into sports betting, right now it's on Spotify and Anchor. We're in the process of getting it on Apple
YouTube.
It's on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. We're in the process of getting on Apple. It just got on to a couple other. It got to I think Google. Radio Public and Google, so it's there. But it's slowly rolling out. So be on the lookout for Winning Picks Weekly. Really good pod, especially if you're into sports betting. But yeah, man, I got nothing else. I'll just say we'll get in more in-depth analysis later this week after we watch the All 22, get it on Game Pass, and get this breakdown. But yeah, man,
that's it. Just let them know how to get some Madden, bro. Let them know how to get Madden.
Well, you already know, man. You already know. If you're the listeners, you know what it is. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on either Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, wherever you're mostly on social media. Doesn't matter which one. And then make sure to send a screenshot to us. You can DM us. You can send it an email. Either way, it's fine. And that's then just let us also know what game console you're using, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. We do have the MVP edition, so it is backwards compatible. If you have a PS5, it does work with PS4 and vice versa. And then with Xbox, same way. It works with Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So this game works with either one. Make sure to get in on this. Okay, we're going to end it this week. We're ending the giveaway this week because we got to get this thing out. We need people to be enjoying themselves during the NFL season. 3 weeks in, we all know everyone is out there. It's September, all right? You didn't want to get it. You didn't want to wait in line to go get the game. We all get it. Look, done it before. I've done the wait for GTA 5. I've done the wait for GTA 4. I've done the wait for I used to be out there at midnight getting the Madden, man. Whew.
Hell yeah. FIFA was FIFA for me. FIFA and NBA. I actually specifically remember going out and getting NBA 2K5 with the Carmelo one, with the first NBA slam dunk contest.
Wow.
I remember I got that one at midnight because I was thinking about that. Like it was LeBron and Melo's first game.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play with that. Plus they had the dunk contest. We could put in between your legs 2 times or do the cartwheels.
Yeah.
I remember that. I literally went up to midnight for that one.
I don't play 2K as much anymore. I don't like the gaming mechanics. I think it's gotten too complicated. Same thing with Madden. Madden's gotten look, man. I just want to throw it, receiver catch it. I just go once he catches it. I don't need to catch it myself. I think they changed that last time I checked, but I don't even be doing all of that. But look, guys, if you're into Madden, you love doing all this stuff, make sure to cop this. Cop these editions, whether it's PlayStation, Xbox. We're giving it for both systems, so make sure if you have it, please enter. Okay, please enter because why not? Why not get Madden? But then on that note, we're out of here, guys. Okay, so but you know what to do. You know the call to action. Make sure to give us that 5-star review if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts. If you don't listen to us on Apple Podcasts, it's okay. Why? Because we're on Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher. You name it, we're there. On top of that, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you know what you got to do. You got to subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure to hit that notification bell because you got to know when all these episodes are dropping, whether it's Knicks, Jets, etc., or Winning Picks Weekly. And we got another podcast on the way. I'm teasing that one. I'm not going to let you guys know, but we got another podcast on the way. That you guys are going to like that one. We'll let you know when it comes out.
Nice rollout, Alex.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And then last but not least, Please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We got this stuff. We got it all over the place. Make sure to follow us, engage with us, tweet at us, DM us. You know what it is. We like to talk sports. That's all we do around here. But that's it, everyone. We'll catch you later this week for a Knicks episode and a Jets episode because we're cranking out 3 times a week now that we're in full football season. We got to give you guys, rapid reactions and give you that analysis that you need, especially for football. All right, everyone. We'll catch you later.
Let's go, Jets, baby.